Hey Pitmasters, what is up? Today we're going to be smoking beef lollipops. Look at these giant beef ribs. They're enormous, they're bigger than my head. Look at the amount of fat that's in here and look at the marbling. This is just crazy. We are going to slice these up and I'm going to show you a new way of roasting these beautiful beef ribs. But of course, first we need to fire up the barbecue so that it's good, hot and stable when we put these on.
You didn't clean up before I came.
Yeah, I didn't clean, no. I'm not standing around cleaning my grills all day. That's like, but for you guys, I will clean this one. We will fill up our chimney starter half full and then we will light it up.
What kind of fire starters are these?
These are fire starters made in a social workshop, so that's kind of cool. When the charcoal is fully lit up, we'll dump it in a charcoal basket and set the rest of the grill on top. Now that our ProQ is all lit up, we gotta set the vents. I want to set the bottom vent to like the minimum open position and the top vent to fully open. Time to take the bones out of these things and then create our special cut. Just make an incision along the back and start working my knife along that bone, taking off the meat. And I want to keep the meat together and I want to cut it up as little as possible. And there you go, almost a clean bone. We want to clean this bone up as much as we can. Now, if this is too difficult for you or you think this is going to be too challenging, then just ask your butcher to do it. Show him my video and he will know what to do. And to me, it's fun to do this. I love doing this. It's like my hobby. My hobby in barbecue. I like the butcher side of barbecue.
I thought eating was the fun part.
Yeah, it is. But if you made it first and then you get to eat it, it's even better. So we took the bones out of the beef ribs, cleaned them up, and now it's time to cut up our meat in a way that we can wrap it around the bones. So what I'm looking for is these parts where we got this insane marbling and a lot of meat. Because you see here, there's no meat here, there's just fat, so we can't actually use that. But if you look over here, there's a lot of meat, a lot of marbling, so that's perfect. So the way I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bone, place it on the meat, see how I want to cut. So this is around the size that I want the meat to be. That will work for us. I'm going to cut it straight here and make sure that I'm getting a straight cut. Now let's do a test run here. So you can see there's actually a lot of silver skin on the outside. We need to take that off for the rub to be able to penetrate. Now let's roll this up one more time. Look at that, that looks way better. Let's make a few more of these. Now we'll take some butcher's twine and secure the meat to the bone. So we'll take a good size string and just go around. I'm gonna make a loop first and then press it really tight. Go through and secure it. There we go. Cut off the end and you're ready to go. Our beef lollipops are ready. We're just going to put on a little bit of salt and pepper and then we'll put on our bombastic barbecue rub. You know how Salt Bae does it?
Oh.
Salt Bae does it like this. Get it all messy and up in his shirt. You know how we do it? Put it in the palm of your hand. Just go like this. One big mess. Just want to sprinkle some on top. Make sure we got it in there. A little bit of pepper. And the wind is not helping us. And of course, at the end, we'll put on some bombastic barbecue rub. Now it's time to put our beef on the smoker. Today we're going to be smoking on the ProQ Frontier. This thing is a beast, super stable and super good for smoking. I'm putting the bones towards each other so they're providing each other with support. Now we'll put the lid on and we're going to add a chunk of smoke wood. Today I want to mix it up. Normally I don't really use cherry smoke wood on beef, but I think this is going to work really well. I'm just going to add some cherry and some pecan. So we're kind of using a different technique. We're smoking these beef ribs at 110 degrees Celsius, but over direct coals. So everything that drips down turns into smoke. The smoke is hitting the meat direct, no indirect here, no water pan, just dry air and smoke. And that's gonna taste delicious. Our beef is still smoking and we got a while to go, but look at all this, well, I wouldn't call it waste, but look at all this stuff that we cut off. We might be able to do something fun with that. So what I'm gonna look for is those specific cuts that otherwise might end up in the bin, but taste really good. For instance, look at this chunk of meat. That's a lot of meat. And look at the intermuscular fat. That's just crazy. What if we could do something beautiful with that? Now, as you might know, there's a lot of tough stuff in here and a lot of silver skin and hard parts. We definitely don't want to have that in our food, but we can take it out. So I'm just going to make an incision underneath. I'm going to clean this up. And what we're left with is a really tender piece. Look at that. We just opened that up. A lot of intermuscular fat. We could work with that. Now you can see that right here between this part, there's also some silver skin, some tough parts in there. Just go in there with your fingers and open it up and expose it. We can cut it off like this. So as an example, I diced up these beautiful cuts of beef that I found, a lot of intermuscular fat. I'm going to grill these up. So we'll put a cast iron pan on a hot fire. Then we'll put in our beef fat. We are going to let that fat melt and then sear our cubes into that fat. Look at that sear, that's just crazy. Now you wouldn't have wanted to miss out on this. Let's just let this rest for a few minutes. See how juicy that is? Hopefully I didn't overcook it. The pan was so hot. Look at that. No, it's perfect. Look at that. Let's just try a slice of that. I'm not gonna say it, but it tastes better than the Wagyu ribs that we had, beef ribs. It's so tender. There's a bit of a bite to it, but when you slice it thin, man, you wouldn't want to miss out.
I don't believe you.
Ah, you're just saying that because you want to buy it. I know. There you go. Now, you don't want to throw that away or grind it up. There's some good pieces in there that shouldn't end up in a burger. We've been smoking for 8 hours straight at 110 degrees Celsius. Our meat should be done by now. Let's check on it. Whew. Look at that. What a beauty. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's get this on the board. Absolutely gorgeous. Now this is a showpiece. Makes you want to take a bite, but you shouldn't because it's really hot. So you gotta let it rest first. And since it's cold, we'll put a little bit of aluminum foil over it. It's been a long time. It's been 30 minutes and it felt like 30 days. Now, without further ado, we're just gonna slice this up and enjoy the moment. It should be soft, crispy on the outside, tender on the inside and juicy, full with flavors. But is it?
I think you should take a bite out of it.
Like a lollipop.
It's a lollipop, so why don't you?
That's true. Okay, there we go. This is really good. Look at how tender that beef is. This stuff tastes amazing. The crunch on this is really epic. Just that bark, it's amazing. And look at how juicy. Look at that. The meat just falls apart. I bet I can shred this up with my hands. Wow, it's still hot. This is absolutely amazing. It's beef ribs formed like a lollipop. Man, this is the ultimate showpiece. It totally makes sense if you are cooking for friends and family and want to impress them. It's really a lot of fun. Let's just slice into it and see what it looks like on the inside. Look at that smoke ring. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at how juicy this is. Fantastic. Let's cut up the rest of this beautiful beef lollipop. The falling apart of this beautiful beef rib piece is just screaming, eat me, eat me. Look at that. It still has the shape of the bite. It's got a nice bit of a pull. Perfect. We got this beautiful dark bark on the outside of our beef lollipop. Absolutely great. These beef lollipops, you wanna still have a bite or not? Yeah? We just almost finished the video up without you tasting it.
Oh man, it's amazing.
That's juicy, it's tender, it's crunchy, it's got that smoke flavor. What more do you need? It's perfect. Well, if you guys liked it and you enjoyed it, then please let us know. Give us a big thumbs up and a comment down below. See you guys in the next video. Until then, eet smakelijk and keep on grilling.